Entrepreneurship is the backbone of the economy. It drives innovation, creates jobs, and contributes to the growth of society. But with the rise of hustle culture, the quest for success at all costs has taken a dark turn. In this video, we will explore the darker side of entrepreneurship, what happens when ambition goes too far. We will examine the case studies of two high-profile entrepreneurs who fell from grace and the consequences of their actions. We will ask the tough questions about the price of ambition and what it means for the future of entrepreneurship. Is the pursuit of success worth sacrificing ethics and transparency? Are there better, more sustainable models of entrepreneurship?
The height, her company was worth nearly $10 billion. She attracted some of the most powerful people in government to her board, and her blood testing technology was inside of Walgreens stores.
Elizabeth Holmes is a former American entrepreneur and CEO of the now defunct blood testing company, Theranos. She was born on February 3, 1984, in Washington, D.C., and dropped out of Stanford University at the age of 19 to start her own company, which she claimed could revolutionize the healthcare industry by providing fast, accurate, and low-cost blood tests using a single drop of blood from a finger prick.
First they think you're crazy, then they fight you, and then all of a sudden you change the world. And
Elizabeth had promised to change the world with her revolutionary blood testing technology. But it was all a lie. The technology didn't work, and Holmes knew it. And despite knowing the technology was faulty, Holmes continued to deceive investors, the media, and even her own employees, all to maintain the illusion of success, and continued to make striking claims about her product, saying it could transform the healthcare industry and even change the world. But in reality, it put patients' lives at risk by providing inaccurate results. The consequences of Holmes' deception were devastating. Patients received incorrect diagnoses and treatments, and some suffered serious health consequences. Holmes' obsession with success and her need to maintain the illusion of progress even led her to pressure employees to cover up the issues with the technology. She secured billions of dollars in investments and was hailed as a visionary entrepreneur. Her company, Theranos, was valued at nearly $10 billion, and Holmes was even named the youngest self-made female billionaire in the world by Forbes magazine in 2015. However, it soon became clear that the technology behind the product didn't work. Reports began to surface about issues with the technology and inconsistencies in the test results. Employees who raised concerns about the technology were silenced, and there were allegations of harassment and retaliation against whistleblowers. Holmes continued to make false claims about the product and even signed partnerships with Walgreens and Safeway to distribute her blood testing machines in their stores. She also deceived investors, including high-profile individuals such as Rupert Murdoch and Betsy DeVos, to keep the company afloat. The scandal eventually came to light in 2015 when a series of investigative reports by journalist John Carreyrou uncovered the fraudulent practices at Theranos. In 2018, the Securities and Exchange Commission charged Holmes and her partner Sunny Balwani with multiple counts of fraud. The charges included making false and misleading statements to investors and the media, and deceiving doctors and patients about the accuracy of their blood tests. Holmes settled the charges by agreeing to pay a $500,000 fine and was barred from serving as an officer or director of a public company for 10 years. The scandal has had far-reaching consequences, not just for Holmes and Theranos, but for the healthcare industry as a whole. It has caused investors to question their investments and has damaged the trust that patients and the public have in new medical technologies. It also highlighted the importance of transparency and honesty in business. The deception that occurred at Theranos was not just unethical, it was illegal. Another prime example of a time where ambition got the better of an entrepreneur.
It's because of, we talked a lot about the markets and, how difficult it is, and a lot of companies are holding back.
I'm not going to give you the full answer. Well, let me ask you a question. Are you going to apologize about choosing us as one of the 3 unicorns to bet against?
The startup WeWork promised to shake up the world of office space, but its founder, Adam Neumann, an Israeli-American entrepreneur, had ambitions that went far beyond that. Neumann's leadership style was centered around his personal charisma and vision. He portrayed himself as a visionary entrepreneur, with a mission to create a new kind of company that would change the world. However, Neumann's management style was often described as erratic and unpredictable. He frequently made impulsive decisions and changes to WeWork's business model without consulting the board or other stakeholders. Neumann was also known for hosting wild parties and events, some of which were held in WeWork offices and involved alcohol and drugs. In fact, Neumann had a private bar installed in his office and reportedly enjoyed smoking marijuana during meetings. While this behavior may have seemed fun and unconventional at the time, it contributed to a culture of recklessness and indulgence that ultimately hurt the company's image and reputation. And according to a report by The Guardian, WeWork had a history of exploiting and mistreating its cleaners, many of whom were immigrants and people of color. The report revealed that WeWork's cleaning staff worked long hours for low wages and were often denied overtime pay and basic benefits such as sick leave and vacation time. The cleaners were also subjected to harsh working conditions, with many reporting that they were not provided with the necessary cleaning equipment and had to use their own personal supplies. Additionally, there were allegations that WeWork had engaged in union-busting activities, including firing workers who had attempted to organize or speak out against their mistreatment. When WeWork attempted to go public, it was revealed that Neumann had engaged in a number of questionable practices that had inflated the company's value and made it seem more profitable than it actually was. Neumann was accused of self-dealing, conflicts of interest, and other questionable business practices. He had sold the rights to the word "we" to WeWork for millions of dollars and leased buildings he owned to the company at inflated prices. He had also created a complex corporate structure that gave him enormous power and control over WeWork, even though he owned a relatively small share of the company. The consequences for Neumann and WeWork were severe. Neumann was forced to step down from the company he had founded, and WeWork's value plummeted. The failure of WeWork had a ripple effect, with thousands of employees losing their jobs and investors losing billions of dollars. Both the Theranos and WeWork scandals have shown us the dangers of unchecked ambition, but they have also sparked a new conversation about the future of work and the role of entrepreneurship in creating a better world for all. As we have seen from our case studies, the world of entrepreneurship is not always a pretty one. However, there is a way forward that prioritizes ethics, well-being, and social impact. The lessons learned from Elizabeth Holmes and Adam Neumann teach us the importance of integrity, transparency, and social responsibility. By putting these values at the forefront of their businesses, entrepreneurs can create more sustainable, trustworthy, and resilient ventures. The importance of ethics and transparency cannot be overstated in today's world, with consumers and investors demanding more accountability. Businesses that embrace these values are more likely to succeed in the long term. By putting people before profit and working towards a common purpose, entrepreneurs can create more value for all stakeholders. We hope the road ahead is one that emphasizes a more ethical and responsible approach to entrepreneurship.